The Browns, the laughingstock of the NFL for the last decade, they found every way to lose. But last season, they looked like an actual pro football team again. Why is this? And what is in store for the future? First, let's talk about the season. The first 8 weeks, the head coach was the infamous Hugh Jackson. His record with the Browns was 3-36-1. And so far this season looked no different. The Browns had gone 2-5-1. This wasn't good, but it was better than last year when the Browns went 0-16. Following the Week 8 loss against Pittsburgh, Hugh Jackson and offensive coordinator Todd Haley were fired. Now the Browns once again were without a head coach or an offensive coordinator. In steps Greg Williams and Freddie Kitchens. These two sparked light into a dying team and allowed them to win 5 out of the next 8 games, only losing to the Texans, Ravens, and Chiefs. They were all playoff teams. But then there was a serious problem. Who would be the next Browns head coach? Some rumored Mike McCarthy would get hired, and some thought Ron Rivera would get fired, and the Browns could pick him up. But that didn't happen either. So now tension was starting to build. Who would it be? Who could we laugh at next year? Well, after weeks of waiting, the Browns finally took a shot on Freddie Kitchens to see what he could cook up. And a few days later, they hired a new special teams coordinator, Mike Perifer. Sorry if I pronounced his name wrong. Things were starting to get. Now, the time of writing this script, about an hour ago, the Browns hired offensive coordinator Todd Monken and defensive coordinator Steve Wilkes, the Colonel's former head coach. Now with the full staff, let's see what the Browns can do. Or will they go full Browns mode and fall apart again? Let's look at the Browns players. So the 2019-2020 roster is still undetermined, so we'll use the Week 17 roster. Let's look at their roster and see what they could do in the offseason to improve it. First, the D-line. This is what I think gave the Browns the most trouble this year. They have a good pass rushers with Ogba and Garrett. The defensive end position is good. But what about defensive tackle? Ogunjobi is a good speed rusher, but the run is what hurt the defense towards the end of the year. Maybe they could try to pick up Grady Jarrett or Sheldon Richardson to help stop the run in the defensive tackle position. If none of these guys, they could use a second or third round pick on Dexter Lawrence from Clemson, but his recent PED violations, his draft stock will drop a good amount either to a late first round or early second round. In the first round, they could shoot for DeAndre Baker, cornerback from Georgia, just to give the secondary that little bit more power. Also, maybe Montez Sweat, an outside linebacker from Ole Miss. Now let's look at the offense. The thing the Browns need in the offense is the offensive tackle. Someone like Trent Brown they could shoot for, or in the first round like Greg Little from Ole Miss. Another need is wide receiver. The Browns need a bigger but faster wide receiver to complete their offense. Maybe they could take a shot on Golden Tate. He's getting up there in age, but he still has a few good years left in him. Or they could aim for Adam Humphries, who could maybe fit the Browns' offensive scheme. Or in the draft, the second round, pull the trigger on Paris Campbell. He's a little bigger, but he's one of the best sprinters in all of Ohio. He goes to Ohio State University, and if you've seen him play, you can see how fast he accelerates. He weighs 208 pounds. This would fit their offense perfectly, where you could have Rashad Perryman, Jarvis Landry, and Higgins, all speed players, and you could have Paris Campbell, who's fast, but could still take a lot to take down. These are just a few options. Let me know in the comments below who you think the Browns could pick up and how that would help improve their team. Now, for the final part, the division. The AFC North is one of the bulkier divisions to play in, with the Steelers, Ravens, Browns, and Bengals. None of these teams can be taken too lightly. But here's why I say the Browns will lead the AFC North next year. The Steelers, the top seed usually, are stripped of their high-end talent like Antonio Brown and Le'Veon Bell. Also, with rumors of Big Ben retiring soon, the Steelers are shells of their former selves. And unless they make some major moves to get some good young players, they're sort of screwed. Because Juju and TJ can only do so much. The Ravens' young offense, but shaky old defense, with T. Sizzle turning 37 this year, don't expect too much from him. And Eric Weddle turning 35, he's getting old. Also, Jimmy Smith turning 31. He's got a few good years left, but is starting to run out of gas. CJ Mosley is 26, but is starting to climb the age ladder just a little bit. And the Ravens' offense, with Lamar Jackson, he cannot throw the ball effectively or accurately. And now their run offense has been countered. The future's not looking too bright. Now look at the Browns. Baker Mayfield's 23, Nick Chubb's 23, Myles Garrett's 23, Denzel Ward's 21, Antonio Callaway's 22, David Njoku's 22, and finally Jabril Peppers is 23. All this young elite talent, and then the Browns have some veterans like Jarvis Landry, Tyrod Taylor, and Brandon Colquitt. They have a good balance of players and a good coaching staff. The AFC North is ripe for the Browns taking because they only have really one team in their way. That's the Bengals, and well, they're the Bengals. The Browns are a playoff team ready to strike, and next year they'll be back with a vengeance. But until then, we can only sit here and watch, also predict. So from here out, peace out.
We want back ends, wipe my sins, They can't win, No new friends, Football fans, they sleep again, We wake 'em up, the champs is in, champion. We want back ends, wipe my sins, wipe it. They can't win, No new friends, Football fans, they sleep again, We wake 'em up, the champs is in, yeah. Wake up, the cake up, raise up, or make us do something we don't want to. Bite down on you, right now on you. Juke to the left, they dodging it. Can't play the role, you fraudulent. Waiting on the right for the stars in it. 4x4 double parking it. Wanna play like cars in it. Wear the white flag, they forfeit it. Now I got a ring too gorgeous. Damn, I gotta treat it like forges. It sound like I wanna scratch it. Try to take the ring, I'ma tackle you. I guess I'm a Super Bowl bachelor. Go hard in the gym, no cameras. I think I see blood, no Dracula. I'm an animal, eating up amateurs. Too active, y'all can't handle it. No taxing, we'll dismantle it. Shake up the building and ramble it. Shut up the critics and analysts. Come through dripping, I'ma set it off. Game after game, you can bet it all. Quarterback got range if you rock 'em all. Quarterback did an option and set it off. Duck, goose, linebacker coming through. Yeah, hit him with the spin of the Jew. Yeah, we gon' blow your block like a new. Yeah, and I spin a dime every two. We gon' lock down on the offense. Bust down the skeleton fossil. I'm not addressing the problem. Julio on the post, you can't stop him. Pick it up, running back, it's no problem. I'm running behind the block, they gon' block him. Quavo Yoda, I'm offset Chewbacca. Watch the blitz on the left, we gon' block him. We some animal, yeah, we some goblin. Man to man, we gon' cover you properly. Man to man, you can't beat me impossibly. Red zone, this my house like my property. Do a quarterback, niggas on 4th and 3. Kick the ends on the offensive block for me. I stiff him down, get off of me. I'm trucking them over, he under me. Back ends, wipe my sins, They can't win, No new friends, Football fans, they sleep again, We wake 'em up, the champs is in, champion. We want back ends, wipe my sins, wipe it. They can't win, No new friends, Football fans, they sleep again, We wake 'em up, the champs is in, yeah.
I just hate the ball and I look for the open man. The zone, I'm tryna get in. Open the playbook, the book of the champion. Get flipped if you tryna get in. I got the front defense, they got the end. Going for long, going first in the 10. Gotta go hard, we gotta get all. No loss or excuses, cause we gotta win. They say they sleep, must not be a fan. Get at your mans and mess up your plans. Look at your stance and look at your hands. I do what I want and you do what you can. I do it for fans, you do it for fame. EA Sports, we in the game. I am the coach and the player of the game. They gon' remember